But they don't need you today, or?
No, there's no
high school you
practice today.
said.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
high school.
This is Hobart Middle School.
Yes.
And so you are helping out the middle school today. That's fun. Cool. Like that right there. How do you do that? And almost score a goal too. How many buttons are they pushing when they do that?
It's a lot. So you gotta like boost. You have to move your left stick and tilt your car up. It's a lot. It takes a lot of practice.
A nice
and a lot of
bounce
control.
there, off the bar and in. Blocky head,
Shot.
3-0. Halfway through the third match, they're trying to make this the last match. That dink sound, that was the ball coming off the crossbar, right?
Yes.
All right, here's a kickoff. I'm gonna try to see who's cheating. Yep, they had two cheaters. They had two. Yep, that's cool. And then right in again. Blocky head's on fire. We might need to check a birth certificate, make sure.
Yeah.
I love saying that at my kids' soccer games when there's one 6-year-old who's just really big compared to the other ones. All right, another kickoff. 2 going for the ball and 2 cheating.
We've seen really good positioning by both teams.
It's funny, as a Rocket League coach, I would hear my players, and they're communicating, they would say, I'm cheating. And I would be like, guys, look, we shouldn't be cheating. That's not right. This, we're we're trying to be good sports. And they're like, it's not like that, coach. It's not cheating.
There's a few strange terms in Rocket League.
Yeah. Have you seen anyone come back from a 4-0 score with 1:30 left?
Yeah, this happens more often than you think it would. Rocket League's a very the tides can sway very easily.
Momentum.
Yeah, the momentum could change very easily. All you need is one goal, and the momentum could just completely shift.
Yeah, then
in
one goal turns into 3 super quick if you get a good kickoff as well.
Yep.
This defense by Southridge has been insane.
Very good.
2 goals that were so close there, and they're just relentless on their defense.
Very good positioning for one to always be in goal and one always pressuring to force a touch by the other player.
Good clear out there.
Yep.
That's block again, coming up, setting up his teammates in the middle. It could be a goal. No, just a bit outside, as they say.
Very good challenge by a Southridge player there.
Notice right there though, everybody in one little corner. I would be trying to crack out, but 0-1 again. Is that 5 now? 5-0?
I believe so.
Hey, it could happen. You still have what? 10 seconds left? 40 seconds. You got to score 5 goals. Quick math. How many seconds per goal is that? 8. If you could score a goal every 8 seconds, you could come back.
9.
I'm a math teacher, sorry.
Faster than I could do it.
Yeah. And there it is.
That's just unfortunate.
Unfortunate bounce or an unfortunate timing thing?
Yeah,
or
unfortunate touch.
Oh, because it touches, Southridge right there, yeah. He was trying to probably kick it up out of the goal, but just mistimed his input or something.
That happens, but it's okay.
Yeah. The stakes could not be higher here at the Indiana Esports Network exhibition. That was a joke. There are no stakes.
Yeah.
We're just having fun. It's 5. Let's see how long they can keep it juggling in the air to keep the game alive. No, nobody gets under it, but there it is.
Very good.
Very good. Hobart takes it 3 for 3 in the best of 5. Thank you for your help explaining everything, teaching me how the game works. I'm going to go back and teach my Rocket League team how to do some of that stuff, and they're going to be happy that I know what cheating means now.
Yeah.
Thanks again. See you guys.
that.
Let it connect. There we go. Cool. What's your name?
Jackson.
Jackson. Nice to meet you. I'm Lucas Hayworth. So, come here. Let's move a little bit out of the camera. So, Mr. Jackson,
Yes.
what got you involved in esports?
So really when I was about maybe 3 or 4, my uncle got like an Xbox and my cousin was also into like games, so me and her would always play. And then I got my sister onto it and we started playing, and then I found out that we could play with friends and everything, and it just kind of went on from there, and I got really fun with me, so yeah.
How did you get involved at your school?
So I figured it out because I took a field trip, I think maybe to the middle school in 5th or 4th grade, and they're talking about esports, and I was like, what's right up my alley? Because I've been playing games for a while, and I was already about 10 at the time when I figured out about it. So then I was wanting to join that. So yeah.
How did you actually like reach out and join?
Well, I did the tryouts to join, and then they took me a while because I was confused if I was in or not. Then I asked my coach, Mr. J, to see if I was in. He said, yeah, you're in, and then, yeah, went on from there.
Fantastic. And how long have you been involved in the team?
About a year now.
Have you made any new friends while you've been involved?
All my friends have been there, so.
Fantastic. Great. Well, Jackson, thank you. It was nice to talk with you. Thank you very much, and congrats on your wins.
Thank you.
All right, thanks again. We're going to get them transitioned out. Again, if you've not
Devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand, bang, got my hand, call
just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Let the darkness take control. Let the darkness take control. Darkness take control. May the darkness take control. Take me in the smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness take control. Darkness take control.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true.
into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 for you.
Hello, everyone. So, my name is Justin Ellis. I am the Director of Education at Stay Plugged In. I am a former high school and middle school teacher, so I've seen the Scholastic side of things. I'm also a former collegiate esports of director. So, I have seen both the Scholastic side, I've seen the collegiate side of things, and I've seen a lot happen over the years of esports, and we've kind of seen this evolution similar to what we have with Stay Plugged In. For those who are unfamiliar with Stay Plugged In, we started out at our core as an esports recruiting platform. We were helping students find scholarships, be able to go to college, be able to compete, be able to save a bit of money on their college experience, and ultimately grow in both academic and in esports student athletics. Over the past 5 years, we have facilitated over $50 million in esports scholarships now. We have over 1 million users that have come through our network over the years. We're actually just starting to see our students in the past year, year and a half graduate from college now. So we're starting to see actual graduates who started and Stay Plugged In going the whole way through their program. And we now have over 450 programs on our platform right now. So that ranges from our club sports programs to the athletic programs at colleges to the programs that are in recreation to some programs even have their own department at their colleges and universities now. And that's grown over the years to us working with a ton of great groups, and including IEN, which is the reason that we're here today. And also hosting some amazing events. We've hosted Coca-Cola All-Stars a few years, which was kind of an all-star event for Scholastic groups. We've hosted many LAN events. We're actually going to be at Florence Esports Festival this weekend, hosting a LAN event there. We were just at New England College in New Hampshire a couple weeks ago, hosting a LAN there as well, helping students get exposed to colleges and what that recruiting process can look like, and trying to not necessarily mirror the traditional athletic experience, but allow them to have that traditional recruiting process rather than just social media or Discord interaction. We really want to kind of formalize that process. And with that being said, over the years, there's been a ton of change in the esports landscape, and we've had to adapt to that as well. So though we started as a recruiting platform, schools started asking us a lot of different questions at how high schools, middle schools, even elementary schools could get involved in esports at a higher level. So that led to several things. It led to, one, schools were asking, hey, what does it take to get a facility space on our campus? We were helping facilitate that. They were like, hey, great, how do I afford that? And then we're going to that question of what do I do to be able to afford that kind of space on campus? And we talked about grant finding. Has anyone tried to find a grant before, out of curiosity at all? Okay, we got one. Literally, grant finding is really hard because as a teacher or someone in the tech department at your district, you think that's not really my responsibility. And a lot of times it shouldn't be, but it ultimately falls upon you usually to get that, just because of the fact that everyone in a school system is extremely busy and overwhelmed. So if you want something to happen, you have to do it yourself. So Stay Plugged In has started having to help with that and helping secure grants for schools and helping them find opportunities. We have a nonprofit, the Elite Foundation, that also helps with that. And that kind of grew into, okay, facility grants. If any of you have ever looked at a grant, facility grants usually are very small amounts. Usually, one of these PC setups might be $2,000. A facility grant of $10K to get you 5 PCs can get you the job done in the short term, but if any of you have an esports program already, who has an esports program already, out of curiosity? All of you just looking to get into it. But a lot of you may know, if you have only 5 PCs, that's not enough to usually get your student population. A lot of these middle schools and high schools, they're looking at 15, 20, maybe even more students who are part of their program. So being able to help secure higher level grant funding. So for example, we actually work in STEM curriculum and education. So my job as director of education, we build out curriculum that is based around what you would use esports equipment for. So for example, we do content creation. We teach video editing with DaVinci Resolve. We teach filming. We teach graphic design with Canva. We teach graphic design with Adobe products. Tools that you can't do with just a Chromebook at the end of the day. We kind of went through that pathway where everyone had a computer lab to teach typing and basic computer skills. Then everyone got Chromebooks and everyone got rid of their PC labs. And now everyone needs them again to do esports again. So now we're going back to where everyone wants these physical hard PCs again to work with. So we had to provide STEM education to help support those grants ultimately. And that's built out to a ton of great opportunities over the year, which include our partnership with IEN now. So part of that, we're doing a lot to help with IEN on the infrastructure side. We're talking to some schools about potentially, build outs, what it takes to get grants, helping them secure funding, exposing those schools to colleges and universities, helping them find scholarships for their students, helping expose those programs. I know Joe was saying earlier he had 12 students go on to get collegiate scholarships and go do esports in college just this past year alone. And I know colleges and universities that are not just recruiting your Immortal Valorant players or your GC or Champ Rocket League players, they're recruiting the gold players. They're recruiting the bronze League of Legends players. They're recruiting all levels. Because ultimately what these colleges want is they want to be able to build a lot of teams, they want to build a community, and it's the students' opportunity to take advantage of that ultimately. We want your students to take advantage of the opportunities that colleges are presenting regardless of their level to find a program that best fits them. So we're helping the IEN network explore with that. We're helping increase education opportunities, helping build curriculum into programmings. We had some schools involved with part of Players League Women's Soccer this fall, which I'll talk about in a few minutes, where we were actually working with students to teach them about entrepreneurship using AI, creating their own products around the Women's World Cup, the FIFA World Cup coming up next summer. And then also trying to help with funding revenue for IEN and helping with in-person events and so on and so forth. So that leads into what I'll show here, which is our Players League initiative that we've started in the past year. So let's see if this audio works. I hear it in the headset. We'll give 1 second for tech. It's not an esports event without any kind of tech issue.
Fiber
There we
Internet,
go.
an innovative program connecting
Now, the
gaming,
easiest
STEM,
fix you ever see in
education,
esports.
and real-world career opportunities.
Our mission is clear: empower students through competition, mentorship, and hands-on learning experiences to shape the leaders of tomorrow.
The Players League combines esports with an extensive STEM curriculum focused on content creation. Across 10 lessons, students master essential skills like storyboarding, filming, and video editing, culminating in the creation of compelling business advertisements.
These experiences open pathways to careers in marketing, entertainment, technology, broadcasting, and beyond.
Competition fuels engagement and growth. Students compete regionally in an exciting Madden 25 tournament, showcasing their strategic thinking and gaming prowess. But the impact extends far beyond gameplay. As for our program activity, connect students with industry experts who offer real-world insights into dynamic career possibilities.
Heard when we first joined that there would be NFL players, but I wasn't really expecting like big name NFL players to be here. So it was really cool seeing Jonathan Stewart and the wide receiver that helped get my team to the Super Bowl.
From Houston and the Carolinas to Green Bay and New England, Player League spans communities, building foundational skills for thriving careers in marketing, entertainment, and communications.
Uniquely, students benefit from the mentorship by the former NFL players who provide inspirational credibility and practical advice drawn from their elite athletic experiences.
This program's pinnacle is a live, in-person championships during the NFL draft in Green Bay, where top schools from each region compete for both STEM and Madden titles. Programs like the Players League matter because they bridge passion and opportunity, empowering students through transformative education and mentorship.
Join the Players League. Compete, create, and discover your future.
So that is what we ran just recently in spring 2025. It was the Players League. It was a content creation and esports competition. So each week, students were learning skills, including storyboarding, filming, video editing, and ultimately creating a Super Bowl commercial around the sponsor for the event, which was Brightspeed Fiber Internet. And over that time, not only were they learning those lessons, they were then interacting with industry experts. So we had local colleges from all their areas talk to the schools about what esports look like at the collegiate level. We then brought in, as some of you may have recognized, some of those NFL players, Jonathan Stewart, Amon Green, who was all-time leading rusher for the Packers, talking with students, interacting with students. being able to talk about their experience, not only within going into football and what that looked like, but also what they did after football. A lot of them went on to do more careers. Amon Green actually was an esports director at University of Nebraska after his time in the NFL, and now he does a lot of work there. Jonathan Stewart, he runs his own podcast and does his own investments into different companies nowadays. So talking about what that looks like and kind of career pivoting for students and understanding that, hey, most students nowadays, they will change their career field at least 2 times in their 20s nowadays. It's very common that whatever you go to college for may not be what you're doing by the time you turn 30. I went to college I got a bachelor's in English and a master's in education, and I'm now working in STEM education for a private company around esports. Was not what I went to school for at all, but ultimately that's kind of how the career field is shaping up, especially for esports students who learn to be very versatile. They want to be involved in a career field that may involve gaming. And as anyone in here who works in esports will tell you, that can lead to a lot of different career fields and a lot of different things, from marketing to business to the tech side to, basically just about any career field you could think of. There's a sector for that within esports. Did I lose it? Yeah. I'll stay here for a sec. Okay, so what I'll actually show you one of the final commercials really quick that one of the students made, just to give you some context into what a potential project looked like from these students. So I'll show one real quick.
One Brightspeed call later.
Ultra-fast, Brightspeed fiber internet. Switch to the bright side.
And that may not look like much by itself, but that was made in under 15 hours by people who had never video edited before, never touched any software. Each week, it was me or another virtual instructor meeting with students online, teaching them these skills, and then giving students the time to execute on that. And yes, not crazy, but something created in under 15 hours for a group that had never interacted. Very impressive, all in all. And these students actually got the chance to present live. Our Final Four got to travel out to Green Bay during the week of the NFL draft to be able to present to Amon Green, to a few other guests we had, to Brightspeed, so the actual company that they made the commercial for was out there for the presentations. And they got to present live, they got to compete live in Madden Finals, and be able to show off their projects in a content house that was literally, look out the window, Lambeau Field was right there during that weekend of the NFL draft. So students got to go experience the draft, got to come back, and then got to see kind of everything from beginning to end. And I'll kind of show one more video really quick that just showcases kind of what the final overall results for that was and kind of the feedback we got.
My initial reaction when I heard Gabe was going to participate in Players League was, that's kind of cool. And I wasn't real clear on what the STEM portion of this was, but it was a great tie-in to have the thing that he does in his spare time, give him some additional opportunities and teach him some new things. It was neat.
The entire Players League journey meant that I was able to have a big opportunity to go to Green Bay. It was something that would not have actually happened otherwise. It was also fun to, compete and learn more about the STEM competition side of it.
It is all about that connection between playing a game and learning a skill, learning how to work together as a team, learning how to encourage each other, learning how to connect life skills with the games and with the STEM projects and stuff.
For me, it was all the knowledge that they gained
using the software. A lot of these kids went into this project not knowing how to edit. So that was really, really cool to see where their skills lied before, not knowing anything, and where they're at now, where they created our 60-second ad for the draft, which is great. And they all had fun doing it too. So that was really cool.
The collaboration, creativity, as it grew throughout the weeks, as they got to know each other better. When we went to start filming, I was like, all right, guys, y'all write a script? He's like, no, we're good. We got this. So they literally just spitballed back and forth. They wrote a script for their sections and what they were going to do. And they seemed to work very well together. So they were able to figure all that out between themselves.
Gabe had mentioned, I think during the interview with him on Green, that one of his favorite things about this was meeting kids he wouldn't have normally met otherwise, bringing folks together who have different skills, different things they like to do, getting them all oriented towards a goal, and having them run through and doing it. That's awesome. That is, more programs like that are a great idea because it helps the kids.
It felt important for the students.
Like seeing them accomplish things really makes me so happy. And so to see their excitement of winning a national competition and having one of their school members go to Green Bay to present our commercial and them feeling exciting about what they presented, like that was like over the moon to me.
Also, thanks to all the NFL players for taking time to help support the youth of our nation. Really great that they're willing to take some time out for the kids, and they didn't have to do that. And it's really great to see all the support.
This was great for, I think, all the kids involved. But all of the stuff going all the way through was valuable, and everybody had fun and made a good product.
They didn't have to.
I would dive in 100%.
The journey that's been the Players League has been awesome. We're super happy to have been a part of it and to experience everything at the NFL draft.
You don't get that many opportunities in life to expand yourself like this.
I would tell other educators about the Players League that it's a must do. Like, you guys should really try to do this if you're able to.
Jump in, let's go. What are we waiting on? I'm passionate about students learning, and whatever engages them, whatever brings them into the room, I am all for it.
And so basically with all of that, what I really want to tell you all from that is obviously we're always looking for schools to join Players League and be a part of that. And you don't have to be an esports program to be part of Players League. But ultimately, it's about showing for schools that want to get into esports or are already in esports, the best way currently that we see to grow your program is through having these STEM components. It's the part that sticks out to administration the most. It's the part that, usually when you get to a superintendent, they're looking at that and saying, this makes sense to me. Just saying, hey, I want to have an after-school program where students are playing video games, they're engaging in communication, and you're talking about soft skills. That's great at the end of the day. But a lot of people don't really just grasp on that. They're like, I need more. I can't rationalize this without some additional component. And that's where the power of leagues like the Players League and STEM programming really come into play. Being able to have something that is game-based that students can interact with, tools that they're already using in their day-to-day lives, whether that is Madden or whether that's Fortnite or whether that's Rocket League. Engaging with that and bringing in what does the corporate side of that look like? Bringing in guest speakers from businesses to say, hey, what kind of internship opportunities are there for my esports students or esports student athletes? Finding them those college opportunities, being able to have them talk directly to colleges. Because at first, for a lot of students, the idea of talking to an esports recruiter about going to college can be daunting because a lot of them don't come from a traditional athletics background. So they never thought in their life, oh, I'm going to go talk to a bunch of recruiters in my junior and senior year about going to college and doing esports. They're not prepared for that. So being able to have a league like this and a network like this that connects students is ultimately really unifying. And that has kind of led to, okay, we're going the opposite way. There we go. Has led to what we're doing right now, which is actually Players League Women's Soccer, which is female and non-binary students in esports, but also women's soccer players being part of this league. And they're learning about entrepreneurship and AI. They're coming up with their own product around the FIFA World Cup coming up next summer, as I already mentioned. And they're working on not only workforce skills, but they're interacting with players from MLS teams. So we have, Maddie Taylor Huff interacting. We have collegiate level as well from Florida State. So we have a ton of these professionals coming in and talking about what it looks like from any kind of athlete side, both the traditional athlete mentality and mental health that goes with that, as well as what that could look like from an esports perspective. So we have Florida Tech coming in to talk to a couple schools. We have Midway University is going to come in and talk to a couple schools as well. So we have all of these groups coming in to interact with students that they're, once again, making a product, but at the end of the day, they're still learning about what their career field looks like after this. And they'll actually, Final 3 will actually go out to Kansas City in December during the NCAA Women's Cup to present their final products in kind of like a Shark Tank style format. But out of curiosity, I've been talking a lot about the STEM curriculum. I want to see really quick, who currently has any kind of cybersecurity programming at their school? Nobody right now. What about aviation? Aviation, got one back here, awesome. Artificial intelligence. Content creation. F1. I see a tiny bit back there. What do you all do for aviation out of curiosity?
We actually have airport right now.
Nice.
So we like local kids.
Yeah.
They do like flight simulators, kind of build up a flight report. They actually go like classes, like work on actual airport.
And that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, like that other schools need to have, because that's the crossover there. You talk about flight sims, you talk about Microsoft Flight Sim. It's a game at the end of the day. Yes, it can be used for workforce development and growing out, but being able to go in the flight sim and say, hey, there are these challenges in flight sim. You know, you can do the basic get off the ground, be able to land, all of that kind of stuff. Learn how to do the trim wheel, learn how to stabilize your plane, all of that kind of good stuff. But then you gamify it. You make challenges out of it. Each week, Microsoft Flight Sim has challenges that are, time trial setups to be able to execute on. And students get instantly drawn in by that. We were just at an event 2 weeks ago in Raleigh, North Carolina, where we went in and we brought in flight sims, we brought in drones, and we taught them about career fields in aviation and what the potential looked like there. And students were extremely engaged. They got to talk to people in different aviation fields, from, TSA security to, a flight attendant to an actual pilot. And that kind of engagement, they were engaged the whole time. Like, even when they were having lunch, their eyes were paying attention because they understood, like, wow, there is a lot of resources around me right now that, even though I can't get in the cockpit of a plane right this second, it just makes it so much more accessible to them. This is the accessible in between that goes between, starting out and being able to actually get to a career field at the end of the day. And we've done all of this different curriculum to say, these are the kinds of things that can be at your school, whether they're after school program, whether they are before school, whether they're during school. We've executed all of them as virtual educators. And that's the kind of resources that you all can tap into with STEM grants, basically. Those STEM grants, when you talk about programming, it ties in there. And then if you're looking to get facility space, you tie that into your STEM grant then and into your facility grant. And that's usually where a lot of schools that we interact with get their funding from right now. Because the STEM grants are so much larger, they're so much more abundant in terms of what's out there. And you say, hey, I want to do aviation, but I need 2 flight sims, or I need the PCs to be able to run Microsoft Flight Sim. So that goes into the facility then. Now I need 6 PCs to be able to run my flight sim course with 6 students in it. And that is where a lot of the funding we've seen from programs come from. And we've seen tons of improvements for students from that, from improved engagement in the classroom. Students just getting them into the classroom can be really hard for some districts and for some cities. So just getting them in there, avoiding any delinquency issues. We've seen studies in some of the major cities that say that delinquency goes down when you have either a LAN center within the city or when you have esports programs at the school, because it's keeping students off the streets, it's keeping them engaged and interactive with the community and with a group of people. And they're developing these skills and they're getting real world application. They're seeing what the potential is there. And ultimately, they're headed more toward whatever goal they want to achieve at the end of the day. For us, where our outcome is good if a student absolutely loves our program, or if they think it's the worst thing they've ever seen. Because we want to get students closer to whatever they want to do and figure out what their career field is. I think Lucas can probably say the same thing about this as an esports director, but nowadays there's more and more students going in undeclared to college. They are going in and they don't know what they want to do, and they're just throwing money, hoping that they can figure it out along the way. I don't want that. I don't think anybody should want that for their students. We want them to have a clear idea of what they want to do. So having programs like this that, maybe a student hates it, they at least are narrowing down their pathway so that they figure out what they want to do when they're done with high school, that they know what their next step is. And that may be, I don't want to go to college. I might want to, get a technical skill, or I may just work with my family business. But whatever that is, we need to help the students get to that decision. So this kind of programming really helps with that. It leads to, obviously STEM outcomes. So you talk about cybersecurity, artificial intelligence. We talk about industry outcomes. I've talked about aviation. We're based in North Carolina. Drone piloting is a huge thing there right now. There's about 75 schools that you can get your Part 107 drone license at right now. But once you get your drone license, it's 2 years until you have to renew it. And there's nothing you can really do with that license as like a junior in high school because there's no businesses in the area to support that at the end of the day. So we've been having conversations with schools about, hey, let's teach your students and show your students what it could be like to run a drone light show. It could be interactions about, hey, surveying land, surveying real estate, even just recording the football game for your school from up high so they have the overview of the game, and trying to expose students to, hey, these are the career fields that you can get into with something like drone piloting. Let us show you what that looks like through drone piloting simulators. Let's show you through Microsoft Flight Sim. Let's talk about what those real life outcomes are. Everyone talks about VR with like welding and teaching those mechanical skills and using VR to, plane maintenance, auto maintenance, all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't have to be something like VR that, to some seems inaccessible right now. It can be something that you can do on, an everyday PC or even sometimes even on a Chromebook when it comes down to it. But really, it's about expanding their horizon in terms of what accessible options there are. So we actually worked with Connecticut last fall to run what was called CT Cup. Students recorded their gameplay from their matches during the season, and then we taught them video editing and graphic design skills so that they could advertise their school's esports program, advertise their school esports stream. And we had the opportunity to bring in a ton of different colleges to talk to them. We had guest speakers from the NBA come in and talk about content creation. And we really built out kind of a beginning to end where they were creating their very own highlight reels on their own. And this wasn't only high schoolers, this was middle schoolers. There was even a couple fifth graders in there who were learning to use software like DaVinci Resolve and CapCut independently on their own and creating their own highlight reels. On the aviation fact, we've been hosting aviation career days, like I said a couple weeks ago. We were out in Raleigh. A couple weeks from now, we'll actually be in Appalachia, Kentucky area, which hasn't, after talking to them, really been exposed to STEM and STEM career fields just because being in that mountainous area, there's not really opportunities there. So bringing the tech to them and exposing them to that opens up a ton of eyes. And I've been shocked by the number of areas that I've traveled to that don't have any exposure to it still today, that aren't mountainous regions, that are, in metropolitan cities that have like no exposure to STEM or STEM education or what's out there outside of their traditional mathematics and science classes. So being able to bring in technology like aviation technology or even just having these PCs so that you can use higher skill software is essential. And then, like I said, all of this leads back to building those esports labs and esports facility spaces. If you're able to secure funding through STEM, that is what's going to get you to a place where you can have this facility space. Because if you go to your administrator right now and say, hey, I want an esports lab space, it's going to cost $100K. That's going to be too big of an ask right off the bat. They're going to laugh you in the face and you're going to be stuck behind for a year trying to figure it out. But if you come in and say, hey, I want, a couple $1,000s to be able to run this after school program for STEM education, I may need a few PCs along the way as that time goes on to kind of build on that program, but we can start small with Chromebooks and build up to these PCs. That becomes much more palpable to a lot of administrators. And that's what we've seen over the years is kind of worked in terms of that pathway. And that leads to what we're working on right now. So that is the Indiana Cybersecurity and Esports League with IEN that we are working toward at the moment. This will be using tools such as, Roblox, very accessible on a lot of schools right now. If your school has a firewall, we always work around it. It's actually pretty easy to work with IT to get past it once you explain that you're doing STEM programming for it. Using tools like Roblox, using tools like JavaScript, which is part of the AP Computer Science standards, and teaching students how to basically start coding their own games. And along the way, we do esports competition. Students compete, students learn, and ultimately they will make their own projects and they'll present their own projects at the end of the day live. So this is what we're working toward right now, hopefully for 2026. If anyone's interested in this, just let us know. We have some flyers set up that we're collecting interest now so we can send more information once it gets closer. But this is kind of what we're seeing more and more works for schools. Because if you go to your school and say, hey, I don't have an esports team, but I have students who would be interested in this program, this is a great way to get started because you're just getting in the door with something that is free to access for any schools or organizations as part of IEN. So we're really hoping to get some schools involved in this and be able to do this for another local community this next year. But that is about all I have. I'm happy to answer any questions, talk about, what grant funding looks like, being able to talk about grant writing. Renee here is joining us. He's part of our business development team. He helps with a lot of our build outs, so he may be able to answer some questions too about build outs. And I'm more than happy to talk about programming, but does anyone have any questions for me right now? Okay, yeah. Oh, well, I'm glad he's happy. I was just talking to him last week. Okay, fantastic. Well, if anyone has any questions, I'm around here rest of the day today and basically all day tomorrow. So if anyone ever wants to talk, just let me know. Thank you all very much. I think we have our collegiate showcase coming up in just about 30 minutes here and our collegiate panel. So if you want to see a collegiate esports match and see what that's like and talk to some collegiate esports directors, definitely stick around for that or come back for that. Thank you all.
monster inside of me. You better watch out if your enemy's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me, and he gets cause real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score, never getting bored. Loves the blood and gore, always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really listen until they feel the force of blood in. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped, you'll be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't bright, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. When there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. And this world ain't bright, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. When there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
Succeeded with hope and you were sure I couldn't agree that we were meant to be, but our love is what they talk about in movies. Our love is what they talk about. Yeah, we were wild and free, and you know everything about me. So wild and free, and you know everything about me. You know everything about
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the last session of the day. We've got Collegiate Overwatch. It's Trine University versus Ball State in our Collegiate Showcase match. Come on in. Welcome in. So we're going to try best of 5 for Overwatch. If you're not familiar with Overwatch, it's a hero shooter, pretty popular, better than Marvel Rivals, obviously. Obviously, everyone knows this. We also have some collegiate directors in the back. Probably once this match gets going, we're going to bring up the 4 collegiate directors here, and we'll do a little panel discussion for what collegiate esports looks like. We can answer some questions and all those sorts of things. There will probably be shouting in the background the entire time because I know collegiate Overwatch players. So we'll make do with their shouting. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Joe. I'm the executive director of Indiana Esports Network, the nonprofit of Indiana educators that runs esports in the state of Indiana. Nick's back there, Trevor's over there. We got a lot of IEN people here. Special thanks to all the partners who are helping us put this on. Extron, Bytespeed, I saw Josh somewhere. Josh was here, Bytespeed. Spectrum, stay plugged in. We got a lot of partners here helping us out. So make sure you check in with them as well. Yes. Yep, or a Spectrum chair. Yeah, so if you have not had your badge scanned, make sure you get Nick to get your badge scanned. Collegiate people, we gave you stickers. Sorry. Yes, we'll mail them to you. So I think we're ready.
We need to switch 2 players.
Okay. Who do you need?
Mods and Fuji for Droid and 41.
Mods and Fuji for Droid and Bordy
We have
1.
matching icons today.
Oh, there you go.
Not to make it easier.
So as you're getting set up, yeah, come on in. Come on in. So Overwatch is a 5v5 game. You'll notice that they're competing on different maps. The different maps all have different objectives. We're going to start with kind of like a King of the Hill style capture the point map called Control in Busan. And then we'll go from there. This should be a good one. Trine and Ball State both have great teams. So we're going to see what happens. Yes, yes.
Who needs moved?
We'll move some of these to spectator.
Spectator?
Yeah, move Bordy and Droid to spectator. Then move.
Yeah. I got it. Nope.
Great, we'll get this figured out. Hey! So the collegiate directors we have, we've got Dan from Ball State, Dan Marino. We've got Jeremy Goosens from Trine, and we have Brooke Bonick from Indiana University, Indianapolis, and Ryan Plummer from Indiana Wesleyan University. So once they get started, we'll bring them up. If you have questions, be thinking about it, but we'll moderate a discussion with them to help you understand what collegiate esports is all about and the opportunities for your students that are transitioning into college. Now I think we're ready, yes? We got thumbs up? I think we're good.
Now traveling to initiating match. Ready for battle.
Maybe one day, I'll be a mecha pilot. Just need to climb a few dozen ranks first.
We're in this together.
Hello, 5,
All of us.
3,
My throne is where I say it is.
round 1. Capture the objective.
Tracer here.
Enemy in sight. The objective is now
Let's get some healing beats going.
Li Wan Kuangren!
It's go time. Time for the reckoning. Five more ready.
Look at me, dog.
What?
Soothing your wounds. Breaking them down. I'm on fire. War inside. Cutting through. Your aid is appreciated.
I'll turn it up. The dragon becomes one with Scholastic.
I have the objective. Draw strength from nature.
This ends now. It's in my bones.
team kill. Score 0-1. Ready for battle.
Tools in hand, brain in gear.
Test, test, test.
Привет. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Hey, no more faces. We've got this.
guys who are here today, well, we have a couple of collegiate directors as they announced earlier, and we're going to turn the game audio down a little bit, mics up, and we're going to just kind of talk over the trying guys. Have a very good time. Not totally content. The fact that we're even actually talking is fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the collegiate experience within our ecosystem here locally. And so I want each one of you all just, we'll have Ryan start, and we'll just go through and talk a little bit about what your program is, what do you have to offer in a sense to the students, and kind of what sets you apart from the rest of your peers in this stage. So, hands feel free, Ryan, please start.
That's a lot. But yeah,
Whatever you want to talk about.
Thanks for having us out here. As Lucas mentioned, I'm Ryan Plummer. I'm the head esports coach at Indiana Wesleyan University. We started our program 2.5 years ago, so we're in our 3rd year now. It's been awesome. We've gotten the opportunity to be under athletics for varsity sport there. And so, you know, one of the things that we really try to do to separate ourselves from other colleges is create a holistic experience where we focus on 5 key areas of growth. One of those is the esports and competitive piece, and obviously we do take that very seriously. But we also focus on physical health, mental health, academic health, and spiritual health, which, you know, spiritual health a bit unique to our institution, being Christian. And so that's been a great experience. We're, you know, still building our program up, but it's been a really great time. So I'll pass the...
Hold on. Can we turn the mic off? That might be best. Hold on, we're having a strategic meeting on how to make sure that this is getting nuclear bombed.
They're very loud.
I think it's best for us to talk between maps, and we'll try to give a couple of minutes between maps. If you all want to just go for a minute. I'm sorry. Instead, we can enjoy the ASMR of our collegiate players having a fantastic time, competing in the first actual competitive match of the day.
Ready for battle. Hello, I'm here to support you, but you have to put in the work.
Maybe one day, I'll be a mecha pilot. Just need to climb a few dozen ranks first.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective. Greetings. It's good to meet you. Be healed.
This ends now.
I'm hoping it's not. That's this one's. Nice. Nice. 1, 2, 3. Okay, test. Test. A little bit lighter. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to take a really short break while they talk and communicate between matches, and we're going to bring the folks back up, and we're going to talk and just do between this map, just some introductions about the college, what you have to offer that's different from others, and just tell the room why you're involved in esports. And so we're going to give Ryan the chance to talk again, since really he got screamed over. So let's go ahead and start again.
Awesome, thanks. Yeah, sorry about that for anyone that couldn't hear me last time, but exciting match, so good stuff with that. Yeah, so like Lucas mentioned, I'm Ryan Plummer. I'm the head esports coach at Indiana Wesleyan University. We're in Marion, Indiana, in between Indianapolis and Fort Wayne. We started our program about 2.5 years ago, and it's been awesome ever since. I've been trying to give students an opportunity to connect with the college and with each other and just compete at a high level. One of the things that we try to do to separate ourselves from other people is to have what we call a holistic program. So we try to focus on the whole person, not just the esports side of things through what we call the 5 key areas of growth. So one of those is esports and competitive. Obviously, we're varsity sport. We want to practice and play at a high level, but we also focus on physical health, mental health, academic health, and spiritual health, which is another thing that is kind of unique to us, being a Christian school as well with that. So, but that's a little bit about us. So, turn it over to Jeremy.
Thank you. My name is Jeremy Gossens. I'm the director of esports of the very loud one, Trine University. Um, so we're a college all the way up north. We're very close to Michigan and Ohio. We're kind of that tri-state space. What's very different is that last year we invested on $2.1 million esport arena. It's kind of a very state-of-the-art facility, very nice, 62 computers, a stage, all the production ability that really helps us with that. It helps us welcoming local high school, esport competition, our own event and our team. Trine is renowned for engineering, so it really helps our esport program. We have 220 esport players, 100 upcoming freshmen last year. So really support us the fact that we're a school of engineering. It helps a lot. What's very specific is that we're not under athletic, not under any specific school. We're actually under the Office of the Academic Affairs. So my direct boss is the Vice President of Academic Affairs, and it really helps a lot. Trine has decided to put esport as a central strategy of everything they do, so it pushed our program a lot.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brooke Bonnick. I am the esports specialist with IU Indianapolis, formerly IUPUI. We actually just recently opened our esports lounge in the campus center, which is our student center essentially, replacing the game room. Basically, we have 30 Alienware PCs, Xbox Series X's, PlayStations, and Nintendo Switches. We are part of campus recreation, so we are part of the Division of Student Affairs, so we're not athletics. So basically we allow everybody to have an experience in esports, whether they're just regular students or they actually have esports dreams, basically wanting to do esports as a job. And we also have our student organization, and they have their own exclusive lab in the ICTC building on Michigan Street. Since we are here in Indianapolis, they are able to use that for their own competitions. We are still club-based at the moment, but the goal for what my job essentially is to do is build a varsity program, get education curriculum going. So yeah, we're fairly new, but we are still going there, and we're getting up there, I would say. So yeah, thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dan. I'm the director of esports at Ball State. I've been with the university for 5 years, coming over in 2020 and starting the program. I've been running it ever since. We break our program up into 4 distinct areas. We do have a varsity team, so my students here are all part of our varsity Overwatch program. We have about 70 students across 7 different games for varsity. Next to that, we have our broadcast and production program. Brooke actually was one of our students there for 4 years, our executive producer, our club president, just about everything in the program. But our broadcast program is, I think, what makes us unique. We're housed in the College of Communication, Information, and Media. So one of our sister programs and what we model our broadcast after is Ball State Sports Link, which is, depending on which ranking you look at, is either number 1 or number 2 in the country. So we were able to borrow a lot of that expertise and some of those students along the way to elevate our broadcast. Third area is our club. So students participating recreationally or even competitively are able to get involved in Ball State's Esports Club. Our fourth is what we do in the community. So whether it's reaching out to high schools, doing campus visits, offering coaching. We've held the IEN state championship the past few years. We just try to be as involved as we can in the larger esports community and just be a good neighbor.
Fantastic, and thank you all so much. I appreciate that. With that, what we're going to do is we'll do one more little collegiate talk panel after the next match. So y'all have been iced long enough. Let's go ahead and get ready, get started. And we'll talk more in a bit after map number 2.
Traveling to Sulawesi. Initiating match. Ready for battle. Five, four, three, two, one. Initial flashpoint. Mark it.
Hi, is that he? Hey there. Hello there. Hello. Adventure here.
Let's get some healing beats going.
Like a gentle rain. Push them out. Draw strength from nature. Hey, on the objective. You with me? Be killed. Wow, that's nice. My ultimate is waves up here.
My ultimate is charging.
Actually on fire. Let me keep I'm only a sentry.
Flashpoint. Pass.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
In 10 seconds.
Watch out! I'm stealing hot.
Lost. Next, flashpoint guarded.
Let's head to the next point.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
Reverse that time!
Time for the reckoning!
Always good to hydrate.
Play of the game.
Time for the reckoning!
There we go. Okay, awesome. So we're going to continue with our collegiate panel a bit here. And the next question I kind of want to ask to all of the directors here is, if a high school student's interested in your program, what steps are you all taking to reach out? What steps should they be taking to reach out to you? I'd love to hear what that kind of process looks like from all of you, because some of you are club programs, some of you have varsity programs, and that can look really different from program to program. So we'll start same place.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a great question. I think with esports being so new, the infrastructures, they're starting to get better. You guys with Spin, obviously League OS Portal as well, a couple other ones that are starting to build up. But the infrastructures are not there yet, like Next College Student Athlete, where you can, as a college coach, college football coach, you can search up Indiana football players and get a list of 20,000 students right off the bat. You can, organize by height, weight, all that type of stuff. And so I really, recommend, obviously we as coaches and directors are trying to do our best to get out there and reach your students, but highly recommend that students also put as much effort as they can into reaching out to colleges. Is really important. I think getting involved in high school esports is great if they can. If their high school doesn't have a program, try to start one. I know not every high school is going to be supportive of that, but I know we as coaches love to see the student that started their program, that ran it, that helped run it. Just shows great leadership value to us already anyway. And so I would highly recommend that. And then if you're interested in the college for academic reasons or other reasons, reach out to the staff there and see if they have an esports program, what that looks like, what the offerings are. It just is the nature of the beast right now, is that students are going to have to reach out to colleges and kind of bridge that gap until that infrastructure gets put in place. So just try to be as proactive as you can throughout that.
Thank you. So unless your kid is really good and he gets a full ride to a college, and he will go, and I really encourage him to do that. Usually I recommend the kids to go in a college that makes sense for them academically. So the way I would recommend, and you can always reach out to the director of esports, but if you have interest in Trine and what Trine does academically, you can always add us to the visit you do. You can see the arena, you can meet with the coach during those visits, just like you can meet with a faculty, just like you can meet with a coach in any other sport. So the way I would say it, the best way is to come and visit the college. If you're a student, you're going to spend a lot of time there. You want to make sure you feel good about it. And so to me, that's the best way. You can always reach out to us. We're always here to answer you, talk, do different calls in advance. But I always try to encourage, see the college. It will be your home if you join it. So I recommend doing that. That's the way Trine got me. I told Trine, and I was like, I like how it is. And so that's why I want that college and not another one. That's where I want to work. And I believe it's the same for the kids. That's where you want to study. And so you're going to love it. So, yeah.
Thank you. So for me, I would typically encourage people just, like we said, is just reach out, communicate as much as possible, see what opportunities are available. I had a conversation with Chase Newcomb, who is actually the founder of the club at Ball State that I was president of. I was the fourth president. I talked to him. When I was starting my career, he was telling me just get involved, do everything that's available, everything that's possible for you and you have the time for, and whatever you enjoy and want to do. So that's how I got started. I got very involved at Ball State. Like Dan said, I was a production lead, I was president, and I did everything under the sun over there. And then when I started IU, I wanted to also be very involved, talking to everybody in the departments, such as like health and wellness promotion, talking to them about what we can do to promote esports with our students in those programs, and like getting the school psychologists involved, as well as just doing a ton of tabling and promoting the esports program when I was just starting. So a lot of tabling stuff, going to other schools, doing presentations, just talking about what's available to the students. For us, since we're just opening our esports library, just opened it, and we are very small at the moment, just going on the tours, checking out the spaces, seeing what's available, learning about the opportunities for the students, any classes that they could take that could potentially pertain to esports, literally just being broadcast or shoutcasting or just computers in general, anything like that. So yeah, just communication and seeing any opportunities that are available, or even outside of college. Like I also work for Play Versus, so anything outside of there, like any small teams, tournaments that are just mainly on Discord or other websites and outside, it doesn't have to be necessarily for the schools. So yeah.
The curse of going last after all the answers are taken. But I really agree with visiting college campus. I think that that's the most, well, the visit's not most important, but it's the what you learn on the visit that's most important. You know, at Ball State, one of the things we do is we really endeavor to make it as easy as possible to get in contact with us. If that means visiting a high school, or if that means, you know, as easily as posting on social media, we try to you know, make that threshold super easy to cross for an interested student. Beyond that, though, you know, falling in love with the school, I think, is paramount to anything else. 9 times out of 10, any college or university will have some sort of esports presence, regardless of its status being club or varsity. So making sure that all of the other boxes, or as many of those other boxes, are checked is you know, what we try to do when we're working with students. But I guess, you know, when on our end, you know, we make it as easy as possible so that students that are looking for opportunities at Ball State can easily find them and find out, you know, how to get in touch with us.
Okay, awesome. With that, I think we're good to get into map number 3. So go ahead, y'all.
Arriving at Watchpoint Gibraltar. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Yes, I know this place. It's not hard to tell what I know. If only I had someone to give me guidance.
I'm with you, Genji.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming.
Collapsing the barrier. Evidence suggests a sniper ahead.
We're outnumbered. Be careful. I'm here. Keep fighting.
I was behind. Thanks for the heal.
Don't mess with the fence.
The barrier cannot withstand much more.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Collision. The fight is imminent. What is that melody? The universe is singing to me! Oh, let's break it!
10 seconds remaining.
Desire is only to reveal itself.
But we won't be winning. Double kill. Victory. Play of the game.
Trying. They won. I know nothing about Overwatch. Good job. He's loud. I can tell the whole time he was excited. It's great. Good job. And also, so let's hear it for Trine. Good job. And then also Ball State. Good job. Okay. Want to thank all of you, the players, but also all the coaches. Thank you so much for being here. It is 4 o'clock. So I mean, actually, after 4 o'clock. So there's no next session, but we're done for the day. But feel free to hang out, talk to us, IEN, talk to the kids, talk to the coaches, the sponsors, talk to any of our great partners in the room. Everyone is here to help out and speak. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. And if I didn't scan you, come find me. I'll scan you so you can be